Hello friends of I Love Kalihi Vlogs. Today I'm wearing green and I'm next to a plant. That's because I'm going to talk to you about plants. Not that I'm an authority on plants, but because I love plants. Although I'm a known plant killer. But because I love plants, I have plants in my office, in my bedroom, in our parlor, in our kitchen, in our bathroom, because I love plants. You know what plants can do for you, right? It cleans the air, it helps you sleep better if it's in your bedroom, and when you look at it, they're beautiful and it gives you that good feeling. So it's always wonderful to have plants around you. But like I said, because I'm such a plant killer and I haven't given up, after a couple of years I found that you can do something that is very easy, that is pretty much guaranteed that you will not kill your plants. And I'll show you what to do, and it's easy to maintain. Let's watch this.
So here is my dying plant that I rescued. It was planted on a pot. It was in our dining table and it looked like this. So I removed all the soil and I soaked it in water. As you can see, we started at 3:30 p.m. and now it's 6 p.m. So that's 2.5 hours, and look how it's alive.
Add our water. Now, if you have tap water, you want to fill up your container the night before and let it sit for 24 hours and let the chlorine evaporate from the water. This is RO water, and you also want to make sure that it's not too cold. So what I like So now that I've got them all planted, I wanted to talk a little bit about the plants. I know that there are 3 different categories. There's the plants called the true aquatics or submergent plants, and they're the type that like to be completely submerged in water, like every single one of them that I have on this table right now, which means that they're usually anchored down in gravel or sand, and then all of their foliage is covered. And so those are like Argentine sword ferns, Java ferns, other types of ferns, Java moss, photonias, water hyssop, are some that I know of. And then there's the second group called semi-aquatics or emergent plants, and they are the type that like to have their roots anchored in the water but all their foliage up above it. So plants like pothos, sweet flag, lucky bamboo, umbrella papyrus, cypress grass like a prince tut or king tut, which I've grown out in the landscape before, and they do like a lot of water. So I think it'll be fun to try one of those. I've got a perfect container to try prince tut next year and kind of treat it more as a water or pond plant. And then there's the third category called floaters, and they're the type of plants that like just to float on the surface of the water, like water lettuce or water hyacinths. When you're picking out your plants, you do want to make sure that you're picking out the right ones for the type of light that you have. Most of these will want between 12 and 16 hours of light every day, which means you're going to want to put them on a table near a really bright window, or if you have the ability to put them under grow lights, that's excellent as well. I think it'd be really pretty to have one of these on a table with one of those really neat like curved lamps with a grow light shining down on it. I think it would kind of spotlight the plant and give it the light it needs at the same time. There is aquatic plant food tablets. This I got in the pond section at the garden center. So this is meant for bigger potted plants. So you kind of have to like do the math and figure out how much these little tiny plants will need. And basically these come in a tablet that I would crush up and just put a little tiny sliver in about once a month to keep the plants happy. And then this right here, this is a sludge destroyer if you have an algae problem. A lot of times when you initially plant these, you might have an initial algae bloom, which is kind of normal. You can use something like this to help. It's just a natural bacteria. It won't hurt your plants at all. But you know what? My method on keeping them clear is taking the plants out, taking the rocks out every few weeks and washing them all off just with water, no soap. And that just keeps my plants clear, the gravel nice, and my water never smells. So
So in as much that I still have plants on soil, here are my plants on water.